Well, first of all, thank you very much for your time and congratulations for the movie. I truly think that it was amazing.
Oh, great. Thank
I
you.
love,
We
you're
amabile.
welcome. I love that the film deals with some pretty hard sci-fi ideas, and
Yeah.
yet it feels very fluid because there's so much humor running through it. How do you find the balance so the science kept its weight and ambition, but the film never felt too dense or inaccessible?
We wanted the movie to be rewarding to an audience, so forgive us. But one of the themes of the book and of Drew's screenplay is the things that we have in common with beings that may seem really different from us. And one of the most powerful ways to learn that is in a movie theater with strangers where you all laugh at the same thing at the exact same time. So it was a way of helping the audience experience what the characters on the screen were experiencing.
Right, and I think that in our lives as humans, sometimes the darkest moments, there's laughter as well, and we're not just one thing at a time. And, as a movie, you want to take people on a journey and have them feel multiple different feelings and laugh and cry and be excited and scared and at the edge of their seat and in awe and wonder. And if you can do all of that in one movie, then you come out of it going like, whoa,
I had a ride.
I just felt like a human being.
In our increasingly polarized world, what do you hope audiences take away from the relationship between Ryland and Rocky, two different beings who only move forward once they learn to trust each other and work together?
Yeah, I mean this great big story of saving the galaxy comes down to two beings making friends. And I think that it is really a beautiful thought in Andy's novel that we have so much in common and in fact probably come from the same genetic source somewhere out in the galaxy. And I thought that was really an amazing thought to leave the audience with.
And Drew Goddard, the screenwriter, had a little note card on his desk that said, communication is empathy and empathy is communication. And it was sort of a guiding principle for Grace and Rocky, but also the story on Earth of, what's happening with all these people from around the world coming together to build the spaceship and try and solve an impossible problem.
Science fiction often talks about the future in order to diagnose the present. What aspects of the world we live in today did you feel most strongly underneath Project Hail Mary?
I mean, we're trying to make a movie that feels universal and timeless, and it's about humanity and the people that we are. And so I think, what it's trying to say and show is something that no matter when you watch it is something that could be relevant. That's what I think.
Just for the last question, as you said before, in the movie, the world leaders has to collaborate in order to answer these questions. But the film suggests that world leaders would not easily give up power or resources, even in the face of a threat of this scale. How do you think today's world leaders would actually respond to a threat of this magnitude?
Well, it is in Andy's novel that there is a short window,
right,
in which to act, and one of those things is there is an immediate time when popular opinion is such that there are opportunities to do things, and ultimately, his main point is if somebody trips and falls on the street and they spill their groceries everywhere, the normal thing to do is to help them. That's an instinct that we all have. It's not.
It's newsworthy when someone doesn't.
It's strange.
It's unusual,
right? So
but it happens. But those are outliers.
So
Most
it
of
is
us have in us
an innate desire and instinct to collaborate and cooperate. And what I think is beautiful about Andy's novel and what Drew wrote in his screenplay is that Rocky's species are also social. That any species that can create space flight like we have must be social, must be collaborative.
because one person can't figure it out on their own.
That's it. Rocky species literally cannot survive without watching each other sleep, right? So I think that was a very apt metaphor that our survival depends on our cooperation. And also, we are programmed to cooperate. It is our instinct.